Hello, guys. Welcome back to the
Daily Humans podcast. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to Party Sesh Nina's birthday. You're all invited. Invitation not necessary unless you are a mean person. Then you need to have a wristband.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Stay outside.
The bouncer will kick you out.
And you'll be allowed in. When your kindness starts to show through, you have to go through a test.
Yes. Welcome back, you guys. This is the most amazing friend in the whole entire universe, in the galaxies, and thereafter, whatever may come before, next, now. There will never be a number one other than Mrs. or Miss, sorry, because she ain't married yet, even though, I'm planning to put a ring on it. Anyway, go ahead. What's your name? Introduce yourself to the class.
This is Nina. Oh my god. I already have that ring. I'm so happy about it. You know me, I'm Ashley. And I told her before, because she started complimenting me when I jumped on. I said to her, girlfriend, you gotta, for now, know that you're in the spotlight. So frankly, Miss Beautiful Brain, the introduction, the spotlight is thoroughly on you. So, who did you announce yourself? I don't remember. Did you announce
Not yet.
who you are?
Not yet.
Okay.
Who am I?
So, Beautiful Brain, Goddess. Who are you, Miss Goddess? Who are you?
I am the birthday kid, the birthday adult. My name.
Yes,
I have many shapes, many names, many sizes, many dimensions, but I am Nina.
Many dimensions, dude. I knew I've seen you in the astral travel realms. I knew it.
Yeah. We went to Italy last time. You don't remember? How could you?
I do. I remember when we went to Germany and you left me at a store and you ran away. I remember that.
That was Switzerland.
Yeah, it was too. You ran away from me, the audacity. But it's your birthday. I forgive.
Thank you.
I forgive until after your birthday.
Thank you, my friend. I'm going to throw back the lights to something a little bit more soothing, a little bit more sensual.
I'm going to do the same before we continue, so we have some normality back. So in 3, 2, 1, and we are back. And now you can see us. The glow sticks are gone because you can't actually see them on camera, which kind of sucks. I didn't realize. See, you can't see anything. It's just kind of like a stick, an orange-colored stick, which is sad because I brought them for party time. But it is what it is.
I absolutely love it. I completely forgot about the existence of glow sticks until I saw Ashley bring them out. I got so excited. I was like, oh, that was literally my obsession as a kid. It was marbles and glow sticks. And don't ask me why.
I can see why. I can totally see why. You are like a neon fairy. I can just imagine like child Nina running around the backyard. That is how... Let's put it this way. This is how I know you became a fairy from the young years. Like you were a fairy since the beginning of time with your glow sticks and your wondrous, beautiful brain and your long hair and your majestic Twilight song version flowing in the wind valley.
Thank you.
I don't even know.
You know what it does?
Words together.
You know what it does?
Yeah.
It reminds me of where I come from my homeland in the Aurora Borealis. Those lights in the sky, and the glow sticks are a remembrance of that. So I feel like I'm home with my people, with the spirit realm.
So beautiful. Someone write a book about this, please, like a child's book. Like those fairy books that people... I cannot remember the name for the life of me. But did you grow up with those books that were about fairies? Shirley Barber. Her fairy books. There was one called All the Jewels of Fairyland. Oh, geez, that made my child self feel so like in glorious, grounded land of beautiful sunshine and rainbows.
I
Did you
remember
read
her.
them?
Yeah, I remember those books. I never read them, but I remember seeing them around. And I think a couple years ago. Sorry, time is elusive. Um,
It doesn't.
a couple years ago, I rediscovered them, and I was just like, "Wow, these are absolutely gorgeous. The way they're designed, drawn, all of it—it's absolutely beautiful." I I don't remember thinking a lot about fairies when I was a kid, but I do remember goblins and things like that, like little elves.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was more so my thing. And they were always evil. So I feel like that
Very.
explains a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, fairies are actually evil. They're not
Yeah.
nice,
Even
which I didn't
mermaids.
know. Yeah. Like mermaids. Exactly. Mermaids were my thing. That
Pirates
was
of the
my,
Caribbean. That fucked us up. The realization.
yeah. I remember that.
No,
Yeah.
I get it. No, I totally get it. The
Yeah.
goblins, the ogres, the giants, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And they were terrifying. One day, I'm going to bring out this book because I found my Barbie dolls and I actually posted them on TikTok. But I'm going to bring out this book that I used to read when I was a kid. And it used to terrify the absolute bejesus out of me. But somehow my child self kept going back to it. Don't know. It just happened. Did you have a book or even a movie that kind of terrified you, but you kept going back to it for some reason?
Okay. So I don't remember movie, but there is a book that's kind of like famous in Germany, where people have obviously over the passage of time have kind of returned to it, and they were like, why did we tell these stories to children? The book was called Struwwelpeter in German. I don't know if it has like an English alternative. I don't believe it does, but essentially it was about this guy. If you guys look up the cover of it, it's this guy with like crazy curly hair and has like really long nails. It reminds me a little bit of Edward Scissorhands, if you will, but the story is essentially how his life is ruined by the fact that he won't cut his nails. And so I think it's about there's a lot of dark crap in that movie. I'm going to say crap because we're not all the way into our episode yet, and YouTube is a little bit iffy with that, with cursing. But
That's
um, there is, I want to say there's murder. I don't know, but there's a lot of darkness when it comes to German literature for children. It's about children being abducted, going missing, being eaten, stuff like that.
I mean, I can't act shocked because I know there were books that I read of like children being taken from their beds because they've been naughty. Yeah, I know. The stuff. You know what? Actually, we can't be shocked. We can't be shocked because the songs that we listen to as young teens, the books that we read as children, it just yeah, I see it. I
Yeah,
see it.
yeah,
It's like, did you hear of that? It's a book, but it's also kind of a rhyme as well, where it's like, in the dark, dark woods, there's a dark, dark house. And in that dark, dark house, there's a dark, dark room. It's a book, right? But there's also a CD that came with it. And I remember hearing this for the first time. And obviously it's terrifying. And I think to myself, they really played that for us back then. I really did. Interesting. That's why I'm afraid of the dark now as an adult.
oh,
That's not the reason, but that's just a good little joke.
I think I remember that. I think I like
I think
a
we
little
spoke
bit.
about it once.
Yeah, it's like at the
I told you about it.
fringes of my mind. I can remember a little bit of like the tonality of that. I can't remember it fully, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was
we did.
it was scary. It was scary, absolutely. But then
Very
again,
charged.
I love horror, so I feel like it all kind of lent to that avenue in my life.
The universe was like, give Nina all the scary things so she can love horror as an adult.
I will
That's
say
why a
this.
child was like, yes, ogres, goblins, give them to me.
Well, actually, speaking of ogres and goblins, I don't know if you had this growing up, Ash, but in school sometimes, like in very early grades, 1, 2, um, our teacher would used to read us books like fairy tales and things like that, and they would always be like, "Oh, the princess is being saved by the prince,
Oh, yeah.
and they're in love," and I was so there's a word in German called öde, which is essentially like, ugh, that type of vibe. And it just, I could not, I heard my first princess story and I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm all good. I don't, and then 5,000 more arrived. And I just became so just irritated by them that one time, I think it was, what's the one that's trapped up in the castle and like Rapunzel.
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 Did you hear
Rapunzel.
Sleeping Beauty? The one that's trapped up in the. Yeah, Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, let your hair down. Yeah, that one. It was that one. And I remember listening to the story in the class, and all the girls and all the boys were listening as well. And I was like kind of in the middle towards the back, and I was just like, this shit is so boring. Like, it's so unbelievable. And of course, it's gonna
Ooh.
always end the same way, and it's always gonna end in the happy ending. And I'm so over it. And then in the story, a dragon appeared, and I was like, what's that?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Who's she? Like, I didn't know there was a dragon. Okay. And then I listened to the story and it became so interesting because obviously the dragon is depicted as this evil creature who wants to get in between, harm the princess or whatever. I can't remember the story fully, so don't come at me. But in the end, the prince defeated the dragon. And you know what I did? I was a kid, so I didn't really have a lot of impulse control. And when the dragon died, I was like, no, no. As a kid in the classroom, everybody turned around and they gave me this thing. I was like, what is wrong with because I'm like, the dragon is the most interesting part of the story. Even as a kid, I was like, why is this character the way that it is? How did they get to be this way? I feel like there's like an undercurrent story here that we're not getting with the dragon. I need to understand more about this. And then it died. And I'm like, why would you do that? This is the most critical part of the story. This is the most interesting character, not the vanilla princess with the long hair and the stepmother that's always evil and the prince that always marries her. I'm like, this is some bullshit. And everybody hated me in class because I like the dragon. I still do. I love dragons.
I can hate all they like, but you were the individual that saw that dragon for what it really was, a mystical, beautiful creature of the night and day. Honestly,
It was
I love your
misunderstood.
younger self. Yeah,
Thank you.
your younger self deserves justice. You go ahead and you love those dragons as an adult.
Thank
You
you.
know what? For one of your birthdays, I'm going to buy you like a big ass freaking 3D dragon to put in your bedroom or something. Ooh, on top of your roof.
Ooh.
Or like on like, oh, that's such a good idea. I can just like swim through the walls or some shit.
Yeah, I love that. That's
Free
cute.
will. If any of you want to do that, go right ahead. Why the hell not? Put a dragon through your walls,
Why not?
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or have its head coming, or take it through the whole house. Take it through the whole house. Or each room, you see a body part and its head's at the front door. So when like unsolicited things come to your door, solicitors or Jehovah Witnesses, they come to your door, the dragon head is right there.
Yeah.
And then put a sign underneath saying, I'm a witch. Glorious. Little cherry on top of the cake.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that. And it can breathe fire, so you can burn them.
I love our future houses.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
really
going to be
do.
very interesting, very dangerous to ring the doorbell.
I mean, you're going to have a warning sign saying, if this is why you're at my door, just prepare to be meeting the fire breathing dragon.
Yeah.
You're going to have a warning sign. That's fair
Yeah.
to give them a warning, but if they choose to stay, will they get to meet, what's his name? Larry or
Edward, I don't know.
Edward? And then the Twilight song comes on once he breathes his fire.
Ah, 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 ah.
And then you open the door playing the character Bella, and you need to make sure you have that very stern, serious face on as you open the door.
With the ketchup bottle. The weird ketchup bottle that she shakes. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's literally like, if I use my own, it's literally like, she looked around and she goes,
Oh, goodness.
I just have to say this quickly, but Twilight had the possibility to be so amazing. But since all this like parody and jokes come out, I can't watch it the same anymore. Like, it's done for me. I can't watch it.
I feel like Twilight was a trailblazer, though. Like, we got the Vampire Diaries afterwards. We got, I think, True Blood as well, or maybe that was before. I can't remember. But like, I feel like it did do something for the zeitgeist of vampire literature and media. This
Nina
is the
is
skin.
saving the day for Twilight. Twilight, it's like Independence Day for Twilight. It's saved by Nina's speech, like the president in the first movie.
That's
I
what I'm
always
going to
read you
dress
with
up.
that.
That's what I'm
What,
going to dress
as
up
the
as.
president?
No,
As the president or Twilight?
as Edward for Halloween. I'm gonna just cover my body in glitter. I'm like, this is the
Oh, please
skin
do.
of a killer, Bella.
And just literally like, you can put on one of those man suits and then just rip open
Yeah.
your shirt and you're just glistening.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Are
I'm
you
blind.
lost, baby girl?
Yes, I'm blind now. Oh, the shimmer. That's the kind of highlighter that I want on my face. Let me put my face in the...
Oh yeah.
I'll take the highlighter any day. Oh. Just Sephora, if you start to sell that highlighter, honey, just let us know. Make sure you
Yeah.
name it Twilight version, Nina version. No, Twilight, Nina version. That's the right one. Yep.
Adina. That's what Edward and Nina. Adina.
See, she's got a beautiful braid. She just thought of that. Absolutely genius. Marketing genius. Wow. Adina. Oh, dude. Actually, copyright. No. No stealing. Nina, if something comes out with Adina, a makeup brand or something, you need to get on top of that ASAP. You need to take it down.
I will. Yeah. You will feel my wrath.
The dragon will come out. The dragon will come out of the house and go for the person that took Adina.
Yeah. That's it.
My mind is taking this in a completely like interesting direction of like turn it into a movie. The dragon saves
Ooh.
Adina. But Adina's not a person. It's a name that Nina made up.
A makeup brand. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I will say this though, going back real quick to like the scary stuff that I watched as a kid, there's nothing more scary. And this is the thing that like makes me sad about certain things that you get to witness when you're younger, but then get lost to time. I know that there are a few variations of this on YouTube right now. So if you go and look it up, you can find it, but you're not going to get the one that I'm referring to this time around. So there's this German commercial that came back way back in the day. I think it was coffee, but I don't remember the name of the brand. And essentially, you have like this beautiful scenery that like begins out. You're in the mountains, it's like green, and you have this car coming around the mountain. You see it driving, and you have like this slow panning out view of
I've
that.
seen this.
and you have like this beautiful serene music, and it's so relaxing, you know, and you're like, wow, what is this, what am I watching right now? And it's like, what are they, you have no idea where this is going, and then all of a sudden you turn to pan on the mountain that this camera is fixated on, and there's like this tree, and this tree is beautiful. The beautiful sun rays are glistening through the tree. It's, you know, the light of the sun is really gorgeous. It's illuminating the place. There's this little bike, and there's no person, and then all of a sudden you have like this monster pop up in your face screaming really loudly, and that's one you can still find on YouTube, but there are other versions that are no longer available. And when I tell you, when I first saw that commercial, I've never screamed so loud in my life because I did not expect it. And I'm somebody who's very like entranced in whatever it is that I'm watching. I'm focusing on it 100%. So I was so with it. I was like, this is so beautiful. This must be like a vacation commercial or something. No, it's about coffee, and the thing that comes up later is like, are you awake? Are you awake now, or something like that? And it's so foul, but it's perfect, and I feel like that describes Germany as a whole.
Oh, did they have that in the traveling pamphlet? They're like, watch a video and you scan the QR code and that video pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real advertising. Makes me want to go to Germany. Yeah. We
Oh
actually
man.
had that here. People would send it around to each other.
Yeah.
And it's this, that's why I said I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it. Where this I don't remember the model of the car is coming
Yeah.
like around this valley bend. But then the thing is, I don't know if the tree's there. I think what happens is,
Mhm.
so it comes around the bend and then it goes straight and then it pops up.
Mm.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And I freaking hated that. It's like on TikTok, that baseball one where they put the camera behind the person that's hitting the ball and then they miss the ball so the ball comes straight at the
Yeah.
camera. Have you seen that?
No.
I'm going to send it to you. But now that you know what potentially happens, like I regret telling you. But yeah, it's one of those things where it actually gets you. You actually go back and like, oh my gosh, the ball's going to come out of the camera and hit my face.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
I like those though. It's very like, I don't know, 3D, 4D experience.
I'm learning so much from you. I know I'm gonna be sending you as well now. If I ever come across them, I know they're coming your way. I'm
Uh,
gonna have you like the 3D experience. Here you go. Just keep passing them to you.
it's worse when it's like bug related for me, because I've had that happen before where like there was a video and like a spider like falls down somewhere or it falls onto the camera. That's when I freak out. That's when I like throw my phone and I'm like, leave me alone. That's disgusting. But a baseball, you can punch me in the face. It's fine. Like I'll be
Can I tell
okay.
you a story?
Yeah.
Can I tell you a story? So the other day I was sitting on my bed and
Oh no.
I grabbed my water bottle and I had a t-shirt on. Next minute I could feel something crawling on my arm and I flicked it off. I didn't flick it off like I just like I went I went to itch it and then I kind of flicked it off and it was this big
No.
spider walking across my sheets, my doona. And I said, oh, dude, come on. And then I trapped it underneath a lid because I don't kill spiders, they go outside. But I cannot begin to tell you all how many times that's happened. I can't begin to tell you. I had a spider in my hair the other day. And even a few months ago, I was sitting outside and I had this spider. I didn't even know. I didn't even know, right, until it touched the side of my forehead, like around here. I was sitting outside and it must have crawled up my back and it must have crawled through this way and then it must have gotten it came right here and I felt it and I picked it up not knowing what it was and literally put it on the ground and I was like, oh, I just picked up a spider. Oh my gosh. And I normally, all like the younger version of me would have ran for the hills, knowing that I just touched a spider. But I kid you or not, I put it down and looked at it and went, "Oh, it's a spider. Oh, it's a spider. I just picked up a spider. I just picked up a spider. I just took a spider off my forehead. Why were you on my forehead? Yeah, and it happened. Okay, wait a second before you all lose it. I don't think this is like a common denominator amongst Aussies. It just seems to be a thing with me. I just attract them. I must have been like the spider goddess in a past life or something, because they seem to just love being in my vicinity, like chickens. That's another story for another day.
You have nerves of steel, and you deserve a Medal of Honor for that. Because just the other day, I had to leave windows open because it's extremely hot here, or at least hotter than it should be ever in life. But I had to leave the windows open at nighttime as well, and I just had the light on of my laptop because I was watching something. It was nighttime, and I was like, I need to turn off this laptop because I know this light is attracting something, even though you can't see it from the angle of the window. I just had this feeling, and then all of a sudden, I just felt something crawl on my arm, and I still to this day I don't know what it was. I just flinged it off because it was like, oh, I guess it's just because I had a fan on as well. I was just like, oh, it's probably the wind, it's like tickling my arm in a certain way. But no, there was
Oh
something
yeah.
there was something between my fingers and my arm, and I touched it, and I was like, oh! And I turned on the light, closed the window. There was a spider in the room. There was a big ass moth in the room. There was a mosquito in the room, and whatever just crawled on me. So that was the last day that I left it open at nighttime. And that day I channeled Ashley, and I was like, I don't know how you do it, because I can't. But I have a story like that. And since we're sharing traumatic experiences, I will say this real quick. There was a time, if you're new here and you don't know or you haven't heard this before, I used to live in America for like 9 years, almost 10 years. And there was a time when I lived in Texas. And if my advice to all of you, unless you want to have bugs everywhere all the time, 24/7 inside your living area, do not move there. It is a nightmare. But it's humid there, right? And I lived in Houston. And my mom and I, because I was a kid at the time, we went house searching. We were like looking for a place to live. And she had signed the lease on a house before I had seen it, which I was not happy with. But anyway, I went there to look at it, and it was really beautiful during the day. And I was like, oh, it's really nice. It's really spacious. It's kind of like all American vibe. But I just had this really weird feeling in the house. I was just like, there's something wrong energetically. I couldn't place it. And I was like, is it haunted? I'm like, I don't think it's haunted. I think there's something wrong here though. And so I remember walking into what would be my room, what I was choosing to be my room. And I opened up the closet. It was a walk-in closet because they have those in the States. I don't know if that's as common in Australia. It's not existent here. But I walk in and I was like, I don't know. This doesn't really, because it was really small. And I like turned around to walk outside, and I felt something on my back. And then I felt it like run down the side of my arm, and it was like, oh, and then I brushed it off, and it was a cockroach, a massive fucking cockroach. And I let out a scream that has never been scrummed before. And I ran. And I was like, I need to get out of this house. I'm not staying here. This is it. My mom's like, you're overreacting. It's one cockroach. You're living in the country. It's humid. It's normal. Where is it? She couldn't find it. Come that night. We had 2 dogs as well. We had moved in majority of our stuff. Everything was still in boxes, thank God. The house started making noises. And I was like, what's that sound? It's weird. Never heard a house like make sounds before, like really, really small sounds. I couldn't describe it to you. And I was like, there's something weird. And she was getting food. My mom was off getting like takeout. And so I was home alone with the dogs. And I was in the kitchen, I was like sorting things in. I was putting glasses in the cupboard, all of that. And I opened the fridge. and there was nothing in there. I closed the fridge, I opened the freezer, there was nothing in there. I was putting stuff in, actually. Then I close it, and then because there was this ice dispenser, I kind of look, and it's like, there's like black stuff, like walking out of it. I'm thinking it's ants, right? And I'm like, why is there black stuff walking out of the ice part of the fridge? And I'm like, what is that? And then I see it's baby cockroaches. And then I was like, oh, hell to the no. And I walked away from the fridge with my hands up. I sat on the counter because I was disgusted with everything and everywhere. And then I remember looking up to the ceiling, and there was like this light fixture. And I saw baby cockroaches crawling out of the light fixture. I was like, oh, hell to the no. And then night came, and my mom arrived, by the way, and I was like, Mom, this is happening. I don't know what this is. And she's concerned now. She's taking it seriously now. I was like, okay, I'm going to call the person in the morning. We got to figure something out. When I tell you, Ashley, as soon as the sun went down, because this was dawn when this happened, when the sun came down, when it was dark outside, there were cockroaches coming out of the fridge, coming out of the walls from the bottom, crawling up. The walls were black. It was something out of a horror movie. I will never read that for the rest of my life. We packed our shit and we went. They started getting on the dog's bed, and I was like, you play with my dogs. You don't. That's when a new person arrives. That's not me anymore. That's like, even as a child, you have like a monster coming out of me. You don't need to worry about a dragon, because I am the Hulk. I am the devil personified if you touch my dogs. I wanted to sleep in the car because I was so disgusted with being there. I couldn't sleep. My mom went to sleep. I was awake with the dogs. I was protecting them. But it was the most disgusting thing in the history of the planet. And just wanted to share that story so we could get closer with each other, everyone.
I mean, I take one spider over a house that has given birth to cockroaches.
Yeah.
A full, the first thing I thought when you were talking about it is this house has a full cockroach like manifestation going on there.
Yeah.
And as you kept talking about it, it was just getting worse. And the fact that at night they all come out like little cockroach vampires.
And they make noise.
Yeah, that's like a haunted house. Yeah, it's a haunted house. It's a cockroach haunted house.
Yeah.
You should make a movie about that. That's terrifying. It will scare a lot of people.
You know what?
Yeah.
I will. Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be my first project.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
Nina's true story. And then you should just put a photo in of that house if you have one, only to warn people unless that cockroach situation's been dealt with.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a story and quite a traumatizing one, if I do say so myself. Truly. No, thank you.
Yeah. So the one spider is feasible, and you were outside when you removed it from your head, so it's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. So your house takes the triumph. You take the Oscar. You take any of the awards out there, because Spider's got nothing on that shit. Because I was picturing it as you were talking about it. I was actually picturing, you know, the houses you see in horror movies where they're so grey and somber. I was picturing that.
Yeah.
And I was just seeing all these cockroaches all over the walls and the fridge and the dog's bed. And then you play the scary music and Nina's holding the dogs and it's like it's building. The momentum is building. Like, what will the cockroaches do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was really, really bad. We even put the dogs on the bed at one point because we didn't want them to be around the cockroaches because they kept waking up because they were crawling on them. And I did not know that cockroaches made noise. I did not know they talked to each other, but they were like, yeah, we're going to attack them now. We're going to attack them. We're going to come out of the walls. We're going to go full force. Like, it is horrifying. It's everywhere in Texas too. Like, so don't think, it's just that one house. No, we moved again and there were cockroaches in the kitchen, not entirely all over the place, but in the kitchen. My mom bought pizza. She put it on the counter. She washed her hands. I came downstairs because it was 2-story and the whole pizza was full of cockroaches. And at nighttime, when you open the bedroom door, because the bedroom is upstairs, you could hear them like in the kitchen. So it's essentially like ghosts because they're like also talking.
That is just two devastating stories
Yeah.
in one. You have volume 1, which is the cockroach infestation, and volume 2 is the death of a pizza
Yeah.
by cockroach.
It's like Smile.
Thank you for sharing.
It just spreads.
It's all horrible. This is all horrible.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that movie, and I'm going to swear with that one. I hate Smile. I hate it. Nothing scares. I'm telling you all this, but don't use it against me, please. Nothing terrifies me more than something like that. Like you put an alien in front of me. Oh yeah, I can cope. Got an alien gun? Great, give me one. You put a I won't say like a ghost or a poltergeist. No. Okay, no. Let's just put it this way. What was my point? Just lost my train of thought. Holy shit.
Smile. You hate it.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Just put it this way. Someone stands in front of me and smiles like that, I'm moving planets. I'm moving planets.
Yeah.
Earth will no longer have me. I will move to, I'll go to Pluto. If it doesn't exist, great. Even better for me. I'll just float into space because I am not being around that shit. You think zombies scare me? If an infectious disease made people smile like that, no, I'm done. Sacrifice myself to the dirt. Throw myself
Yeah.
into the sea. I'm becoming a marine life. I'm becoming a fish. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Take that. I will not stay. I will not stay. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Don't get any
Valid.
ideas either. I don't want to see any shit. Don't tag me in anything. I don't want to know. Every time that movie, I just have to see the top of the movie pop up on Prime or something. Nope, skip right
Mhm.
past it. I fly. I yeet the remote.
Yeah. I didn't really like the
Anyway,
movie all too much. The second one was a little bit better, but it kind of missed the mark for me personally. But
yeah,
it is
make any
is
more. I'm telling you
it's
not to make
creepy.
any more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stop
Yep. Don't make
right
any
now.
more. Yep. Stop. Yep. No more. Even if you think, oh my gosh, we should make like a different no. Oh my gosh, we should change. No. Any idea you have of changing anything or creating a new scenario? No.
You're so firm about it too. No.
No. I'm smiling. We'll take the clowns. I'm sure there are some people that are like, no, not the clowns. And I hear you, but I'd rather the clowns. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it because that fucker can die by kindness. Do you hear me? That fucker dies by kindness. Do you think a smile dies by kindness? No, a smile's bigger. No, I would kill it in an instant. Like 100%.
That
Wait a
should be the
second.
movie. It
Let
versus
me.
Smile.
Oh, dude.
Like Jason versus Freddy.
I would be on the sidelines going, eat it, to eat the
Mhm.
smile, eat it, eat. You're hungry, eat it, eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to reiterate because I said it wrong. It dies by malicious words, not by kindness. I
Mhm.
apologize for those that are sitting back going, what? Did you even watch the movie? I got it wrong, okay? It's like malicious projection,
Yeah.
bullying. That's how it dies. And you know what? I will go to the depths of my soul and find that bone and pull it up. And maybe I'll have to create it. I don't know. Pull it up and do what I got to do. So that's easy. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is just a storyline that I never want to happen. I'm just afraid that this is being manifested in some form. I'll
No.
take a zombie. Oh,
Yeah. I'd rather be in
someone
World
just
War
eat
Z.
me. Yeah, I'd rather be in World War Z, my jeez,
Yeah.
than get out of my car, right? Everyone's screaming and running, and there's just someone standing in the middle smiling at me. I'd slowly turn around, get back in my car, and drive into the sea. I'm becoming a fish.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. Are you going to join me, or are you just going to be in Germany, like hopping around going, oh my gosh, I love this movie. I love Smile. I've watched it. Do you want to sign my piece of paper? Can I have your
I'll
autograph?
just pretend like I have it. If it doesn't
True.
know.
It'll hurt your
I mean,
cheeks.
I know it is it's like a creature, I think, that comes out of them. Which I still don't understand. Like that creature is not
Isn't it a
scary to me.
demon?
It's just disgusting. It's absolutely vile and disgusting the way that shit looks. But anyway, I can just pretend that I have it, I guess, and maybe people don't know. I don't know. I feel like it would. It's like a haunting,
Just imagine
but
you.
whatever.
When she laughs a lot on this podcast, right? By the end of it, she's sitting there and she's like massaging her cheeks. So
Yeah,
she'll be walking around for a whole day just smiling away. And then she'll be like, oh my gosh, my freaking cheeks hurt.
yeah,
Oh shit, I've been caught.
yeah.
Confirmation of like, yep,
No, I was
100%
just
totally.
imagining it. I was just imagining it because obviously it tries to like confuse you with who's real and who's not. But if everybody has it, then I know that everybody is screwed. So I don't have to worry about that. It's all a hallucination. But
I'm becoming the version of the Little Mermaid. I'm the new version.
it's just like Ashley, like, hey, come with me to the sea. La 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 la. Come to the sea. And it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's actually the smile monster, and it's like lying to me. Whatever. You can't get me. I'll kill you.
Make it to the sea, honey. It would never make it to the sea. I have backup. It's called a whale. I have
Mm.
a shark.
What if
Okay,
they
I have
smile?
a lot of
That's the
out of
third
the planet. It
movie.
is for me. I'm getting in my rocket ship. There's a song. I'm getting in my rocket ship and I'm sailing out of this planet. I will yeet myself out of this. You know what? Put me in a slingshot. One of the big ones. And pull it back and flee and let me go. Let me go. I'd rather space take me. Take me to
Oh,
space. Take me black hole. I'd see a black hole and go, where's this adventure going to take me? And I'll be dead, but my soul will know. So
yeah.
what a journey. Anything to not be on a planet of people smiling.
That's going to be the next movie. It's you leaving planet Earth because everybody's getting infected with the smile. Yeah.
Exactly. You'll see like a little version of Ashley when they zoom right out, and all you'll hear is as I'm flying around.
Oh, I love that. That's perfect. But yeah,
Being yeeted. Speaking of being yeeted, this is Nina's yeet. She's yeeting back into her seat. It's her birthday, and we are here to celebrate that. And frankly, I'd celebrate it all day, every day, and I actually do in my own head. But this is her time. So, Nina, welcome. Actually, she's not 29 yet, technically, by the time we're filming this. But so far this year, knowing me, knowing you, as Abba said, a lot of stuff has been a lot of stuff has been happening this year before turning 29. And just to say, this beautiful brain of hers, she has some wisdom to share of the unfoldings and the reflection of that stuff. So please layer us with your wisdom and your beautiful brain and share with us what has been unfolding before, technically, you turn the ripe age of 29, which technically, I wish she was already there. But anyway, so
I'm
yes,
already
please
am.
share.
I
Yeah, you,
already
you
am
are. I'll take that.
internally.
She felt a crack this morning and goes, yeah, I'm here. I'm there. 30 maybe. I
I
feel you.
have knee problems.
It's hard. That's your birthday card.
Yeah,
You got knee problems? I relate. There's just you and I together holding our knees,
yeah,
smiling.
absolutely. Thank you for the beautiful introduction, my friend,
You're
and also
welcome.
I just have to say this because I didn't say it earlier, but Ashley set up her background. In case you're just listening to this via audio, Ashley set up her background with "Yay, it's your birthday" and balloons and little fairy lights, and it's so beautiful. And like, thank you so much, Ash. You're absolutely an incredible human being and friend, and I'm so grateful to know you and have you in my life. I say it all the time, but it is the truth. Um, but this actually leads into what I want to say in the sense of today. I was very excited to hop on because it, I don't know, birthdays, I think I've mentioned it before, used to not be such a big deal for me. I mean, it used to when I was a kid, and then I became an adult, and then it just kind of became like bleh. It never really lived up to my expectations. But I feel like right now I'm in a point in my life where I have cultivated relationships and maintained them that are healthy and supportive. And I'm just so eternally grateful to have someone like you in my life, Ash. And so to come on here and feel like I'm walking into a space where I'm celebrated just felt very emotional. Like I'm feeling a little bit emotional now just thinking about it, but it feels very healing, and I'm just so grateful. That's the first and foremost what I had to say. So thank you for that, Ash, for always creating an environment and space where, you know, we can both be heard and seen and validated and share safety within that and be celebrated
Mm.
because you deserve that just as much. And I'm just, yeah, again with the compliments, it's like
She
unstoppable. I
finds
can't
a
stop.
way. She just finds a way. She always finds a way. My friend, love is effortless, and it's effortless to show the people in our lives just how beautifully, just how beautiful their existence is. And your existence is the fucking sun to my, my life as well as many others as well. Honestly, you're the sun, you're the light that keeps shining when a lot of us really need it to. Not even just when we need it, but just in our existence. Your existence is just, it's everything. And oh, dude, it's just effortless. And if I could fill my entire room with those neon lights for you, like you just need in every corner, every space. I would. One day I will. Because,
Thank you.
yeah, I will. Effortless for you, honey. Effortless.
Thank
And you
you.
deserve it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's something that I'm still learning, as you know yourself. It's weird, but in a good way. It's a good
Mm.
weird. It's something to get used to, and I'm grateful to be, like I said, in the space where, after years of not feeling like I was good enough or seen or, respected or even, validated, that I can have a friendship with you like this. I'm very grateful. But yes, I am turning 29. If you did not know, I don't know if it'll be in the title or anything, but I am turning 29. And I've had a lot of reflections over the last couple weeks that span a lifetime, always. But I guess for first and foremost, what I do want to say is I'm so grateful. I'm so glad to leave my 20s. Like I know this is the last year, but I'm already out. Like I'm checked
Yeeted.
out. I gave back my key. Here the final payment has been made. I have my bags packed and I'm leaving, honey. Like I am out of here. I am so like that. I know a lot of people say your 20s are the best years of your life, and oh my gosh, you have so much to look forward to. But let's be real. When was the last time that was actually factual? Because we're looking at the world, we see what's happening. If you're aware, if you have eyes and you see, um, there is so much turmoil constantly going on around the world, and I think for a long time, being young does not equate to having a happy life. And I think too
Mm.
many people assume that. And in my experience, I think my teens were absolutely the worst years of my life. And the 20s were a little bit better because obviously I learned how to kind of situate myself. But then a lot of years went into healing, physically, emotionally, mentally, in every single way. And so a lot of my 20s was about me realizing myself, and I feel like that's what life is about in general. But the 20s were hardcore, and I think people always made it out to be like, you got to go, you got to be successful, you got to get married, you got to have this, you got to have the house and the car and this and that. And it's like, for a lot of people that doesn't, we've discussed this before, but for a lot of people that's not feasible in this economy, in this world. And I think me turning 29, over the last week, I have really just kind of settled into the fact that yes, my 20s are not the same as my parents' 20s. I do not have the same accomplishments in that sense, but I know who I am and I've healed a lot. And therefore, I know now for a fact that I don't carry a lot of the trauma, I want to say, and the ancestral, I don't know what to call it. Like, there's a word for it, but I'm not getting to it. Just the ancestral BS that has been kind of passed down the line in terms of behavior or mindsets or the way you treat people, the way you treat yourself. I've left that behind. I'm forging something new. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like I am my own person now. And I'll get into that in a little bit, but um, I'm sure you can agree as well, Ash. Like, aging has always been put under this light of like, oh my gosh, I'm getting older. And I validate that. We've had this experience before when we turned 25, we're like, oh my God. But I feel a lot calmer now. And I wonder where you're at with this discussion. Like, are you happy being 29? I mean, we're still young.
We are young and we are many. Yeah, no, it has its difficulties only
Yeah.
because we've spoken about this before. We've spoken about it on the podcast before. I don't feel like I've lived life yet.
Yeah.
So I think the fear of aging has come into that play of I don't want to age because I want to live life. And realistically, it's not just about looks, it's just how the body evolves through that process. You know, there's worries of that and just being in a place of not even just, but being on the journey of looking after mental and physical health and diving more and more into that, you know, you have thoughts. You have your thoughts that are attached to it. So, but I'm with you. We're in the same bubble floating around where I'm like my 30s, I feel like are going to be booming.
Mm.
So the whole ideology that your 20s are the booming periods, well, that's not the storyline for everyone. And for us, you know, that just wasn't the storyline. We did all our healing. And I mean, healing doesn't end essentially, but it's not in the way that it was in our 20s. And I don't think it's going to be that way in our 30s or our 40s. We're just going to have experiences in life happening, but we'll be able to, you know, maneuver that so much better.
Yeah.
I actually said this to Nina as my last little thing. The way that we walked into our 20s is not going to be the way that we're going to walk into our 30s. And that is fucking fabulous. Huzzah!
Yeah.
Hurrah! Kind of thing. So, my input is I have my worries, but also I have a lot more hope for it. So, I'm kind of glad too. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to say it. I was like, that was such a profound thing that you said to me. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Because you have so much more self awareness now. You have some,
Yeah.
I don't want to say backbone because I know that has a negative connotation, but you do have more like self assurance in who you are than you did when you were a teen walking into your 20s, when you were just trying to figure out, and then it like you realize all these things that you wanted to like either change or heal or whatever. You're going in with a lot more awareness than you were before,
You know what I thought
typically.
of just then
Yeah.
that made me smile? Because, yeah, and I feel like you might be able to relate to this too, but it's walking into your 30s with life,
Mm,
with the actual true healthy connection to it,
yeah.
but just life in general.
Yeah.
being able to, like, we can see things so much clearer. We see things in such a perspective that we couldn't see in our 20s. And every time I hear you speak on the things that you realize, that's just what it sounds like to me, is a perspective that is widened beyond how you would have seen it if you were 25,
Yeah.
22, 21, you know. That's some real, yeah, we've been on a full journey. Yep. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone.
I heard that song in my head too as you were saying that.
Twinning. The vibe is there, the telepathic gift is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And I think I've mentioned this prior. I don't know which episode it was, so don't quote me on this, but I've talked before about my Saturn return a little bit. And I know not everybody here is on the vibe of, astrology and all of that, but just as kind of like a quick overview, your Saturn return is meant to be around 27 to 29, somewhere around there. For every person, it will be different. I thought it was 27. It kind of did start there for me, really. But if I think about it, but it really hit off. Like the bombs went off at 28 last year. And so it just, there was a lot going on. And essentially, the Saturn return, it depends on who you are and where it is in your chart, where your Saturn is, what planet and what sign and what house and all of that. But it represents areas in your life that need to be brought up in order to transmute and transcend them, so you're already living in alignment, but if you're not, it'll bring those themes back up. And for me, the biggest thing was living for myself. And I realized over the last year, so much of my identity was still caught up in not just child self in the way of how I viewed things or wished things would be in my 20s when I was a kid, but also expectations that other people had placed upon me. And this is such a big discussion where I don't really know where to kind of like dive in first, but essentially, uh, I made a lot of realizations. And a big realization was for a very long time, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mom. And when you're listening to this and you're like, you wanted to be a mom when you were a kid, that's a little bit weird. Um, I don't know if it's weird, but it's definitely unusual, I think. But I think as a child, I wanted to receive certain things as a child that I didn't get. So I kind of projected it outwardly of like, if I'm a mom or when I'll be a mom, I'll do this for my kid. And that was me self soothing in a way. I realized that when I was like in my early 20s, where I was like, oh crap, okay, well, if that's the case, do I actually have any inclinations to really want to be a mother or really have a kid one day? And that took me several years to figure out, because I was like, if it's just a survival thing or like a trauma thing or a self soothing thing, is the actual desire outside of my pain still there? And then I got into a relationship and things kind of went where they went. And I really became really emboldened in that decision where it's like marriage, kids, these are things that I really desire. And I did not realize that I desired them so much or that I wanted it as quickly as I did at that moment in time. But I did, and it kind of came to a head. The relationship fell away as it does, and my whole entire just like self collapsed, because it was just a very traumatic experience for me last year. And so I kind of, for me at the time, everything that I thought I was, there was no self in me to perceive myself. And everything that I thought, I had in terms of my relationships just fell away. And a lot of things added on top of that, a lot of different relationship dynamics, different people, different aspects, all kind of culminated in the sense of this is not what I thought it was. And I need to find myself in the midst of that. But it came through severe pain, like I don't want to say traumatic, but it was intense. It was very, very heavy, very bad, very dark, very lost. Um, I can't really explain it unless you've been through that type of pain, which I wouldn't wish on my worst like enemy even. But it was just a time that I was really lost and I was not sure about how anything was going to happen for my life or my future, because I had imagined this life where I felt so, it resonated so deeply in my soul, and now it fell away. And now I had to carve out a new life, and I didn't really want to. Like, this was the life that I wanted. Why didn't I get it? Why would this, the whys occurred, but as they do. But now, having had some time, and I will say this, we'll eventually have an episode about relationships and all of that, but this woman right here, this Miss Ashley, the mirror, and a couple of my other friends really saved me in that time, and showed me love and showed me that I mattered, and made me see all the other ways that I'm supported and held up by people and the earth when I felt like the rug was pulled out under me. And so the only reason I am who I am, and I've said this before and I mean it when I say it, is because of Ashley, is because of our editor Jay, is because of another friend that I have. Like, my friendships enabled me to be the person that I am today. But now, and this is what I've been kind of reflecting over the last week or so, I have come to realize within the whole discussion of like self and my relation to other people, as women, and I will bring up this discussion because it is just reality, as women, we are often defined by our roles rather than who we are. And I realized that even that discussion of motherhood and wanting a family and wanting to be a mom or a wife, I was still living my life as a role towards somebody else. I wasn't living it from my own point of view. I was building up a life, even like in my early 20s, where I was like, oh, I have to make sure that I pass down, something good for my lineage and all of that. And it's like, I still am living for somebody who isn't even here yet. Who am I in the meantime? Who am I in the midst of this all? Because if my identity is solely rooted in who I am for somebody else, once that position comes into play, if it were, you have no self once that leaves. So if you're a wife, if you want to build up your life to be a wife, what happens if your husband dies? What happens if he cheats and leaves, or something happens and that relationship is no longer? You don't exist. What happens if you want to be a mom? What happens if, you want to be a mom, you build yourself up to be that, and then you have a child, or you don't, for whatever reason? What happens then? You don't exist. You have no self. You have no self identity. And I realized that in the last few months of my life, where I was like, I think everything had to happen in a way that it did for me to realize that that is not the life that I'm meant for. If motherhood and all of that comes into play at a later point in time, I will let the universe take care of that. That is no longer in my it is in my peripheral vision, but it's no longer in my, main kind of goal area anymore in my life. And I've decided that over the last week or so, that kind of reality, that future vision, I don't know what to call it, I will leave that with my past self. Because now that I'm 29, I want to make the next 10 years of my life solely about myself. I want to center myself. And honestly, that's what healing is all about, right? It's not just unearthing the trauma and the pain and the things that keep you stuck or attached to something that you don't want to be attached to anymore. It's also about moving through it and maybe overcoming it in a different way than you want it, but is better for you. And I hate saying that, truly, because I can still feel that self from before that's like, this is not the life that I envisioned. And this is not what I wanted, but this is what I need. Even if I dislike it, even if I dislike the way that it came about, or the pain that I felt, or how it went down. Maybe sometimes things have to get to a certain point for you to feel a type of devastation. Unfortunately, that is the case for me because I'm hard-headed and I don't give up. It has to get really bad for me to be like, okay, I can't do this. I will not put myself in a position where I ever feel this way again. And that's where I was last year, after friendships fell away and a romantic relationship fell away and even familial stuff fell away. And so now I am, I guess, for the first time in my life, stepping into putting myself first, not in the sense of ego, but from what do I want to do with my life? What are my dreams outside of roles for somebody else? Who am I in the midst of it, at the center of it? And yeah, and I really feel like my Saturn return is kind of like, I'm not going to say it's over because I'm not going to test the universe like that. I'm very cautious of it, but I feel like I'm learning. This is what I was supposed to learn in my Saturn return, is to come back to a place of self. And I remember even you said this to me, Ash, like sometimes the things we envision with somebody else is actually you not living a line, something along those lines. It's like that's not the life you're meant for. You're meant for so much more, and you were such a big inspiration in that, in telling me that and reminding me that when I was at my worst. And yeah, I just, last year's birthday was really hard for me because I was in the midst of my pain, and now I'm on the other side, I would say, for the most part. And I feel grounded. I'm not going to say life's going to be easy moving forward, but I feel like after everything I've been through, um, I'm happy to take on any difficulties if it's aligned with who I am and what I want. And obviously, I'm still figuring out what that is. Sometimes you're going to try things and it's not going to work out, and that's okay too. But that's kind of where I'm at in my life. I'm letting that old dream, those old ideals, those people that I wanted to be with and have in my life forever and ever, whether that be friendship, family, romantic, etc., career opportunities, things like that, or career ideals. I'm leaving that behind and I'm going towards what my heart wants. And I think that's what life is about. But sometimes you're going to have to take the detours to get back to that moment of, okay, actually, the only thing that matters is myself, because I'm only me. I can't live my life for somebody else. And I wanted to share that today because I know a lot of people have to deal with that, have to deal with a lot of different dynamics within their relationships, no matter what gender you identify as. And I just, the thing that I want to move forward and pass on through what I'm saying right now is, it's okay to dream a new dream. It's okay to become a new person and to walk into a life that maybe is unfamiliar and you did not know you wanted, or you're still figuring out if that's even something that you want. It's okay to walk into something new and let go of the old and reinvent yourself, I guess. That's it. Thank you for coming. Yes. Yeah, I want you to speak because I'm sure you have lots of thoughts on this as well. And I would actually like to hear if you have anything you want to say or share, my friend.
All I want to do is commend you.
Thank you.
That's it. I just want to commend you majorly because, you know, during those times of upheaval, and I won't go into specifics of stories because it's not my story, but just during those times, a lot of us know the situations that unfold in life that feel like they're breaking you. And I mean, nothing breaks you. In realism, nothing breaks you, but it just feels like that, right? It feels like that in this human experience. And just every single time when this woman comes out on the other side of something, or even during it too, it's this momentous moment of, even if you don't see how bright you're shining, like I can see it and I can hear it, even though you just went through something that, had you feeling like the entire world was on your shoulders, you came out of it being like, I've seen this, I see this, I can recognize that. And even sometimes it's not even just about recognizing, it's just about holding space. And just the fact that you can hold space for yourself at 29, well, you were holding space for yourself a whole lot earlier. She really was. But I just have a lot of proud feelings within and just joy for being a part of this journey and witnessing that and learning so much from you as well. Learning, I, I learned so much from her this year. So much. And I have every other year before this year too, but especially this year, her experiences, her particular experience was able to get me through something that I felt the break from. And it's just Nina. It's just Nina. She is a Wonder Woman in all forms, literally all forms. And that is that's a treasure. I call her a treasure from the universe. Treasure's rare. That's why I call her a treasure. And it is really rare to experience a human being that I just, it's so, sometimes I don't even know how to put words to it because me explaining what this is like, she's like the first person I've ever experienced that has shown me so many sides to life that had me sitting back going, what the fuck just happened? What is this? Did I just change dimensions? Is that possible? There have been a lot of what the fuck moments purely from listening to her speak of her own journey and her own arrivals to her witnessing of herself and her experiences. And she did that herself. Even though you say that your friends, we provide what we can in that kind of support and guidance, you did it, honey. You did all the work. We were just the ones that helped hold your hand through the journey, but you did it all. You did it all. Even, I don't know, even though you might say, well, I know what you're going to say, no one else could. Let me put it this way. You did it all because you were open to the support, to the guidance in ways that you struggled to be open to before. So you did that. You didn't have to do that, but you did do that because you know and you knew that it would help yourself. You didn't have to let us in, and you did. So you did that. You let yourself be vulnerable and express vulnerability, which I know is a really tough thing for a lot of us. And you did that. So you might say, and you can commend your friends, that's fine. But at the end of the day, the only reason why the friendships really gave what they did also is because you allowed it to. You did that.
Mm.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of commemoration on my
Yeah.
end for you. A
Thank
lot of
you.
that, like beyond.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I wanted to just say, this is what I was like, "Ah." And you held the light though. Like when I was in the darkness, you became like the torchbearer of like, you will get through this and you're going to shine and you're going to be even brighter than before. When I did not feel like I existed within, like I remember it
Yeah.
so vividly how often you were like, once you get through this, you're gonna shine brighter than a diamond. You're gonna like radiate. You kept saying that to me, and at the time I was just like, I don't vibe with it. I don't see it. I don't know how that's gonna happen. But thank you for saying it. And over over the last few months of healing, I really started to kind of come back, and that's when I reminded myself of everything you told me. When I was kind of in the darkness within, where I felt so lost, and I experienced myself feeling joy again and being silly and laughing and dancing. I was like, I'm capable of doing this again. I'm like, oh my gosh, Ashley was right. And I heard your voice in my head again. And so you're like my mom, you're like my guru, you're like my God. And you're like, thank you for your wisdom, Ashley.
I can't be your wife and your mom. I can't be both. I cannot. Oh,
Okay, you're my wife and my God.
that's better. I hear what you're saying, my friend, but I will say it again. I wouldn't have been able to shine anything if you never let me.
Mm.
And with the experiences that you've had, my friend, you could have easily blocked all of us out. And you would have had a right to, with the kind of people that have showed up in your life and been anything but human. Mm. Anything, it acted just so inhumane.
Mm.
You could have blocked it all out. You could have become so emotionally numb to any sort of support in thinking that it's some kind of, bullshit manipulation. A lot of people have met those spaces and are in those
Yeah.
spaces. So that's why I said you chose to be vulnerable in a really vulnerable time. And I've said this before so many times, and even I've realized it. Vulnerability it feels like exposure beyond means,
Yeah.
especially really deep stuff. Vulnerability feels like a big no-no. Like it's like you're cradling it to your body and you're keeping it so close because allowing vulnerability to be seen by people, if they know how to hold it, then okay. But if they don't know how to hold it, hell no. Like vulnerability is not something to play around with. And that's why a lot of people don't share things because having a safe space, like you need it with something so deeply vulnerable, deeply painful. So thank you for trusting us with your vulnerability. Truly.
Thank you. I appreciate it's gonna be just like, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, I love
Just
you, and
going
no,
back and
you're
forth.
great.
We've done it so many times now. I'm sure you guys are used to it. I hope. If not, well, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably going to have to get used to it.
Yeah.
This
It's
is literally what we do on our phone calls. It's not just the podcast. This is our phone calls. This is just a general thing that we do. So it's not like,
yeah.
we're performing for the podcast. It's just, that's how we are.
Yeah. It's the circle of friendship. That's the way I see it.
Mm.
When you have that connection with somebody, no matter who it is, circle of friendship, circle of life.
Song just popped up in my head, of course. Yeah.
But when you have that connection with somebody, and you foster that type of environment, it's crazy to me how we even met and how we got to this point. But that's a different story for another
So
day.
unreal.
But it's
So
beautiful, and I'm
fascinating.
grateful. It is, yeah.
Yeah, it really does dumbfound me still to this day. It really dumbfounds me because I've met people before on you know I've met people before. I had Bumble friends at one point where you meet friends and you connect with people, and it's just so interesting how you'll add each other on Instagram and everyone just like you just sit there. You guys just sit in that space and you don't move from that space. And Nina and I actually started off that way. Like we moved from the pen pal site, kept each other on Instagram, but never said a word to each other. Just kind of existed in that space. And then I thought about I thought about unfollowing her. What? Because I was like, I don't know why I have this person. Like we don't even talk or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I've had many moments where I've messaged people to, oh my gosh, you've seen that movie? I have that too. Just sort of have that like resonation, but with Nina, it was like, oh, it just kicked off from there. I remember our first video call. I felt so awkward and shy, and I was like, I don't know, like what to say and how to show up, and I was so casual. May I just say this? I was so casual, and she rocked up with like the coolest hat on, and she looked so sassy. And there's me in trackies. My hair was like oily and back. I was like, I have a photo. I have photos from our first video call. I do.
Oh, please send them to me. Please send them to me.
I can't believe that on the first time of meeting her, I was like, hey, like, let's take a photo. And I took a screenshot.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Amazing.
Jeez, we were so different back then. Like, it was a process, but
Yeah.
wow, it's unreal to think of.
I'm
Now
excited.
she comes to the toilet with me.
I lead her there. I lead her to the fountain of release.
Exactly. She sings me a lullaby while that happens.
Oh, and I'm
Grateful.
excited. I'm excited for everything we're going to build in our own lives and with each other, and even the podcast. I mean, I say it all the time, so I'm going to save it, but every single birthday that comes around that I have you with me and I feel this way and I get to feel this way and I get to experience this. This is what I'm most grateful for. And that is the truth. Ashley actually has bought me some presents. I am not opening them.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not opening them right now, but I will film.
Wait.
I will film it and I will show you, and maybe we'll post it online. I don't know. I'll see. If there's anything X-rated, I won't show it, but
Well, that will be our Patreon, so you'll have to subscribe to see.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. I can't wait for you to open them. My gosh, I cannot wait. It's going too slow. I wish I had sent it a lot later and not so early. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. I'm excited. I'm very curious what's in here. But yeah. But Ashley has bestowed us all with some new surprises for today's episode. And do you want to announce it maybe, or should I?
They shall wait. They shall.
Okay.
Yes, I shall announce it. I brought these little games, Vanina. And they are, if I can bring them up somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try. Let's see if I can do this. I think I can. I believe that I can, of course. Here we
You
go.
can do
Look at
anything.
that. These are the games that I brought. La, 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 la. Fabulente. Right? And then this one here, just this random little pack that literally looks like it's for our Patreon. The first thing when I actually saw it, I thought, why does this look like a something card game, like a truth or dare thing? It's not. It's not. So, which one did you want first? Do you remember? Was that the one?
Do you remember?
Remember?
Let's do the "Do you know me" one. That's not how it's called.
Oh, she really wants to fuck this up because I'm afraid. No, I'm kidding. How well do you know me? Fail. Everyone's like, their friendship is fake. They're performing. They know nothing about each other.
No, that's not true.
She knows what my P sounds like, so that's a win.
Doesn't get more intimate than that.
No, it doesn't. Okay, so how I'm going to do it, so we both have a turn, is I'm literally just going to pick her card and my card from the pack. That's it. We're both going to have random ones. We're not going to have the same, okay? That's how we're going to do it. Yeah. You're the first one since it's your birthday.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Oh my gosh. Can you please get in the chopper? Please say it for us before I continue.
Down, chopper.
Every time I hear it, I love it. Actually, when we do our vows, I don't need you to say anything like nice. I just need you to say that. And then you and I run down the aisle.
Yeah.
Like we're going to the chopper.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll live for it.
I like it.
Me too. Okay. What is my dream job?
You want to save the world like Supergirl, and you want to act. You want to be an actress, which you're perfect for, and voice acting too. And yeah, you want to help heal people in many ways. There's not one specific thing. You want to do multiple things, and I love that, and I appreciate that about you because that's life. Got to be flexible, and you are flexible.
Boss.
Trust
I
me,
am.
I know.
Yes. Thank you. I'll take it. That is 100% correct. I'm a jack of all trades and I'm not afraid to do it all. I'm the type of person that your parents tell you, she went from job to job. Oh my gosh, I'm that type of person.
Mhm.
So, yes. So, my question for myself, for Nina. Oh, geez. All right. What accomplishment, I'm going to change the words a little bit. What accomplishment is she proud of the most?
Actually, let me think about that. What am I proud of? Oh. Oh, it's simple. It's simple. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna open my third eye and I'm gonna beam it to you. Zing.
Zoom, zoom. Like my third eye is picking it up. It's tingling. It's maneuvering. What are you most proud of? Traveling by yourself?
Yes, it's a subcategory. It's true.
Hello. I mean, I could say a few. I could say a few things that I feel like you are proud that you've
Mhm.
accomplished. I could say a few.
I think,
I would say, yeah.
yeah, go ahead. No,
No, no,
what would
go.
you say?
No, I'm afraid I'm going to get it wrong.
My answer was it was just to be alive and to witness what I've witnessed. So it is true. Traveling is part of that.
I was literally about to name all the things that equal to that, like all, and you gave the whole thing. That is, yep,
Yeah.
fair, and I love it, and I love that you are, and I cannot wait to see where life takes you. Some
Thank
glorious
you.
things, glorious.
Actually, why don't we do it like this? Next time you pull a card, just pull it up to the camera and I'll read it out loud because I'm not there in person. And that'll,
For mine, for
yeah, for
mine.
you, for
Okay,
you.
fair, fair. We shall do that. Because this is for mine. Oh yeah, this is for mine. What am I doing? Okay, here we go. Can you see it? It's a bit blurry.
True or false? I love spicy food. Ooh, ooh. I think you like,
Ooh.
I think you like savory foods, but not too spicy. Because too spicy is not it, but like just the right amount of spice. So not super hot, like I'm a dragon breathing fire, I'm on fire. Like no,
Mm.
no, not that, but just, you know, delicious, spicy.
Right on the money ball. I don't want to burn my insides. I
Yeah,
don't really enjoy that.
yeah,
When I see like a succulent meal, if it's too spicy, I feel like the succulentness of that meal is gone. Like you're just not enjoying it because you're too busy trying to calm down your insides that are burning,
yeah,
feeling like you're transforming into a dragon. That's my opinion. I don't really
yeah,
enjoy that. So flavor and spice, oh yes, you add that garlic seasoning, you put that paprika, go right ahead. But I don't want to burn my insides. So
yeah.
yes, thank you, my friend.
You're welcome.
You know me so well.
Of course I do. But that was an easy one.
I'll look for a hard one then.
Yeah.
No. Oh my gosh, I'm getting these questions, Vanita. What's the most courageous thing I've ever done? And you know what happened to my head traveling alone?
I love that. Yeah, yeah, it's the truth.
Yes, you've done a lot of courageous, you've done a lot of courageous. I can't. Why can't I say the word?
Courageous.
Courageous, courageous. You've done a lot of courageous shit.
Thank
Like
you.
traveling by yourself is like it's a big one up there for me,
Didn't think
honestly.
about it. Honestly, I didn't think about it. I was so obsessed with like experiencing something new that I just went. And then I think once I arrived in whatever country I went to, I was like, I'm actually I'm actually around the planet. What am I doing? I realized too late. But yeah, it worked out. I'm still
Massive
alive.
respect.
Thank you.
And you've seen places. You've gone places. You've lived in places, and
Yeah.
You have a lot more to say about those places than me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll experience it someday together. The
Yes, we
world.
will. I'm not staying here. A whole world out there. A whole
Yeah.
sea. I'm about to join the marine life, so fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to be
Hold it,
interesting.
hold it up to the camera.
Okay, I'm getting there. Here we go.
When was the last time I wore formal attire, i.e., a tux, a gown, etc.? Ooh, I want to say, and I don't know if you say this is formal attire. For me, it is because it looks so regal. It was Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
It was Halloween. You looked like you were going to
Ooh.
the Oscars and sucking blood at the same time. You looked like a gorgeous goddess princess. Actually, I don't know. I feel like there were 2 times where I saw you dress up, like where I was like, oh, this is like really formal. The first time was during Halloween, and then there was another time when I literally said to you, you look like you were going to win some awards. But I don't know what episode that
Oh
was in.
yes, yes. No, that was a while ago. That was a
Yeah.
while ago, actually. Yeah, no, that was a long. It's been a long time since I've actually put on like a formal. My sister's wedding, but the dress wasn't.
Mm.
That doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm. What does Nina spend too much money on?
Oh, I don't know if you'll get this, but yeah, I have it. I know it. This is my problem. I've mentioned it before as a
I'm
hint.
thinking of I'm thinking of two different things. I'm thinking of bags, but I'm also
No.
thinking of for some reason I'm thinking about tea.
Tea? I'm just in the house. There's like a whole like cupboard full of tea from from the ground to the ceiling.
She's obsessed. Every time I talk to her, there's a new tea.
Yeah. I just got this tea, and this is so delicious. It's so sweet. It has like really nice undertones.
Oh my gosh, the smell is just the aroma is like an incense stick. She'd be like, my stomach feels so rejuvenated from the raspberry leaf tea or hibiscus or I don't know, pine something. Yeah.
Pine tea is actually
I
really delicious. It's really refreshing. I've had that before. Felt like I was
that's what
eating a
I'm
pine
saying.
tree.
That's what I'm saying. She knows. She's tried all the sorts of teas. So it's a lot of tea. Um, I can do this. I can do this.
I'm gonna channel it.
Sh- We don't talk a lot about what we buy. Put it this way, we don't. Sometimes she'll show me a bag that she's brought, but
Hmm.
she doesn't get a lot of bags. But then I don't know that though.
No, I don't have a lot of bags.
Clothing, you don't really like, you don't talk about going shopping that much. So it's just
No,
all I can think about
it's
is either
related.
tea, it's related to clothes.
No, another word you just mentioned
Oh
starts with
shit.
an S.
Shoes.
No, the word you said started with an S. Shopping.
Shopping. Okay. Shopping. Okay.
What do I
You
do a
spend
lot of when I do go shopping?
food.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. That's an accurate answer.
Else. There was something else.
There was.
You're wasting it all. Wait, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I mean, she'll tell me she'll go shopping and get food. I've gone like looking for food. And then what else? I'm trying to reenact you. Oh my, two,
No.
two.
What is this? What is this? What letter? What did you say?
She walks into the shopping center, into the retail store, and just go deuces, and then walks out, and that's what she spends her money on.
Starts with a V.
Can drink a lot of energy drink.
No, it's not energy drink. Do you want me to say it?
No, I can do this. After
Okay.
about 10 minutes, no, I can do this. Believe in me. Cher said it best. V. Starts with V.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be serious.
I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking something dirty. I know it. I feel it in my soul.
You know what I thought of? I thought of veneers. Don't know why.
You know, that's actually those are expensive, yeah, but I don't have veneers.
Tell me. I can't get my mind in the serious mode of thinking. Go, tell me.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Vintage stuff. Vintage.
Antique. I had antique in my head. I should have listened to my intuition. I had antique.
Yeah, I have spent a little bit too much on secondhand thrifting and vintage stuff. I just told Ashley I was actually supposed to wear like this really, really nice necklace set that I bought, and it was handmade and it was vintage, and it wasn't the most expensive thing I've ever spent my money on, but it was not cheap, especially with shipping. But yeah, I have a problem with I've had a problem with jewelry, vintage jewelry, as of late. But I don't talk about it because I refuse to acknowledge it and make it a real thing. But I have it under control now. It's done now. It's over. But I've spent too much money on it.
Technically, I got that because I thought of antique.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yep, I got that.
You actually won. And this I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but this is like a vintage like French medallion. I don't know if it
It's so beautiful.
It's really pretty. It has like a stone in the middle.
Looks
Looks
evil
like a
eyes.
pimple.
Turn it
Looks
on
like a
its side.
pimple, I think,
No,
but
if
it's
you turn
actually
it
a
on its
flower.
side,
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
an eye. That looks like an
My
eye.
third eye.
Are you in the movie Now You See Me? Is that what it's called? The Eye. Have you seen that movie?
I don't know what movie that is.
It's yeets over the head. That was like one episode too. She hadn't seen the movie, and I'm like, Nina, now I can't tell the story because you haven't seen the movie. So there we go.
Oh, but yeah.
Well, all due to my shame of I don't know, Nina. This episode is over, and I will go put myself in the shame corner.
No, please don't. But let's move on to a different game because there's another one if you want to.
There's plenty. Which one would you like? That's the question. Which would you choose? Do you remember? Or riddle me this.
Which would you choose? That sounds like fun.
Would you choose? Which would you choose, people?
Yeah, which would you choose?
I would choose this. This is what I would choose. I'm going to read this to you because you're the birthday lady and you shall be the first to answer.
Okay.
Actually, I this one back because we had a test run before the episode and that was the exact one that I pulled out. So now I'm going to pull a new one. Okay. You can change one aspect of your physical appearance or you can dramatically increase your intellect. Which one would you choose?
Oh, wow. I see. Do you pick beauty over brains? Beauty, actually. Because people treat you like shit in the world if you don't look good, by the way, which is a problem that I have. Anyway, that's a different discussion for a different day. No, I think I would change something on my physical appearance because there are some things that I genuinely do not like and do not understand. And my life would be a lot different and a lot better, especially in summertime. So yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I hear you, my friend.
Oh.
This is mine, and I shall put it up to the screen as best as I can.
Zoom out, my friend. Hold on.
Because the freaking lights, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
I got it.
the light is
Don't move.
reflecting.
Don't move. You develop an allergy to your, move a little bit over,
Which one?
to your favorite food. Yeah. Or you develop a crippling fear of all animals. Oh, wow.
I choose none. Oh, you develop a serious allergy to your favorite food, or you develop. I'd rather develop a serious allergy to my favorite food
Yeah.
because I have more than one favorite food, so suck on that.
Yeah. That's actually terrible to have to decide between. Imagine not being around animals anymore. That's not right.
I couldn't. I'd rather give up the food.
Yeah.
Which would you rather choose? You can see into the future, but you can't tell anybody what happens, or you can read minds, but you always have to reveal what you know to that person.
I want to read minds. I feel like that would be interesting.
Oh, she's
It'd be
gone there.
traumatizing.
Are
It'd
you
be
sure? I'm sure there'd
traumatizing.
be a lot
Yeah,
about
I want
sex,
to.
money,
That's fine. I can be
greed,
like,
anger.
so what's your obsession with pinky toes again? Because like I picked that up the other day while we were shopping, and I just wanted to know why do you like the color yellow on that pinky nail? Just that one alone? Okay. Well, it's a new thing I've learned about you. Oh. Yeah. I'll find a way to make it decent. I wouldn't just blurt it out in public, but yeah. It's interesting. I would like that.
A little side note, I don't like feet, so hearing that for me was like oh, if you got a kink with feet, like if feet is kinky to you, I have no judgment, but I respectfully don't want to hear about it. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Let me zoom in my eyes. You can only speak in a high-pitched helium voice for an entire year, or you can only speak in whispers for an entire year.
Ouch.
Or you can talk like this.
I would rather whisper than be like, oh Lord Jesus. No, I would take the whispers, ASMR style.
this? You know, what's wrong with talking like this? I mean, like it's such a special, unique
Spots out.
quality.
Not on my Nelly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
This is fun. I like this.
Fun. It's just the greatest. Would you rather skydiving from a high altitude plane, or I know what you're going to pick too, so this is too easy, or
Okay, pick a different one.
exploring the ocean. I want to hear what you're going to say anyway. Exploring the ocean floor in a submarine.
Skydiving. I've always wanted to do it
There
for
it
the
is.
longest time. I can't do it
There it
because of
is.
my heart health, but yeah, it would have been something I would have done. Absolutely.
Yeah, there it is. And I told her, don't invite me. I'll watch, but I'm not coming up there with you. I love you from the ground. I'll stay on the ground and
From
love you
down
from the
there.
ground. I'm good from down there.
Ah, I love that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the ocean scares me. I would never go down there. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. Next.
Interesting. You'd rather go up into the sky
Yeah.
of the unknown, where potential risk of parachute issues
Well,
and
there's a double.
birds and clouds. And no, I don't, there's just not enough for me to validate it.
You know, I will say this really mini side rant. I don't understand why they don't have parachutes on airplanes. Because if airplanes go down, you can just single file line, everybody jump out with a parachute. I mean, you would have to do it behind the like propeller. Otherwise, you're just gonna get sucked in and turned into minced meat. But I mean, anyway, the next question.
I'll put it this way. They bring that in, right? And I'm on a plane and it's going down. I'm telling them I'm staying on the plane. I'm not parachuting out. I'd rather go down with the plane. How about this? How about you put a parachute on the plane? The big ass plane. Smart. Human beings, you're so smart. You're so smart. Please invent a parachute for the plane because I'll take that. But I'm not jumping out.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it's to save your life. You know what? My life and the saving of it will happen me in my seat, in the seat of the savior, because there's apparently a seat on the plane that saves your life.
Yeah.
I'll sit in that seat and I
11A.
will, yeah, that's where I'll be sitting and I will be fine without jumping out.
Yeah. Valid.
So, my one is, can you see it clear?
Spend the next year of your life in a library or spend the next year of your life in a museum. Ooh.
Why do I always get the difficult ones? Oh, fudge. I love both. That's why.
Yeah.
A library, because I can learn in a book what's in the museum. But then nothing beats seeing it, yes, but some books have pages full of images of what they're talking about. So, and libraries are beautiful. Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what? I'll take this, but it has to be one of those really antique, like cathedral looking,
Yeah.
artistic libraries. So, you know what? No, that wasn't a bad one. I'll take it.
I like that. That's really smart, actually.
Thank you. I don't know. It's just because your smartness is, I'm feeling it in my brain. So now
No,
my brain is picking up and becoming smart.
no, you've always
Of
been
course, you
smart.
say no.
Of course.
If I could put bets on how much she would reject when I say this stuff, like, oh, oh my gosh. Please be a hard one. This is going to be interesting, actually. Nina, you can only parkour everywhere you go, or
Yeah, or
or you can ride a hoverboard everywhere you go. So which
oh,
one? Hoverboard or parkour?
disgusting. Don't you even dare bring up the hoverboard. Oh, I hated that shit. I'm so glad it doesn't exist anymore. All you people with the hoverboards, you were everywhere. It was a nightmare. I'll parkour. I'll parkour. Parkour.
Or,
I can just say that, and that's great.
or. And can you make sure that when you so again, and can you make sure when you do it that you're actually saying that word as you're doing it? So every time you flip onto the next thing, you have to say it. We have to
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parkour. Yeah.
I would be dying of I'd be dying. Oh my gosh. Please. Please release that. Please do it. You're a jack of all trades. Please consider it.
I'll start calisthenics now. In three,
Yes.
2, 1. Parkour.
Oh my jeez. All right. Here we go.
Access. Would you rather have access to a time machine, ooh, or access to a teleportation machine? Dude, you get the cool ones.
We know this. We already know the answer. It's 100% going to be teleportation.
Yeah.
100%. I can go anywhere and everywhere. I don't need to go back to the past. Oh, fuck, actually.
Right.
No. Mm,
You could change some stuff in the world, like going
oh,
back in
I
time.
would.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Mm. The places I would travel to if I was in a time machine, like a lot. I'd make a list and I know
Mhm.
where I'd go to. Mm. I'm still going to choose the teleportation machine. I'm choosing it because I can go to many places and can stop the now,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
True. True. You
Yeah,
can stop it now from happening in the future. That's so much better. Right.
exactly. This is a very difficult decision. I do both, but yes, I
I
digress.
envisioned myself doing the teleportation, popping through and being like parkour and flipping into whatever other place I'm teleporting to. I'll just come through the loophole parkour in like a twist, and then I'll just stand in front of you like, hey, that will be my superpower. I'm part of Marvel now.
I fucking imagine that too. That she peers her head, like she appears at my door and peers her head through and goes, Ashley, parkour, and then runs away. I would die. You wouldn't get me to stop laughing because I would be dying. Oh my gosh. You never know what the future might hold. Hey,
Yeah.
Nina, future Nina, come through the door right now and say that.
Parkour. Oh,
Oh, you never know.
yeah.
I am thinking that the This Looks Kinky
Okay.
game should be next, but it's not actually kinky. And that
Or
is
is it?
involved. Or is it? Oh, yeah, that's it underneath in the PS mode. Or is it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm curious to see what it's like.
I really want to do this though because it's like drink, drink if you've ever. It's like that.
Hold your breath. We can do that. See how long you can hold your breath, pass out, die, and that'll be the episode. Happy 29th birthday. Happy 29th death day.
Wow, what a way to start before you turn 29. Absolutely beautiful. So, what do we think? Should we just do it anyway and not worry about it?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. What about this? You have to say parkour if you've done it.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Or like an animal sound or something. So make a cow sound if
Yes,
you've
let's
done
do that. That's much more fun.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do
Okay.
that.
So you're first.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you hear that? Oh shit. You know what popped up into my head? You know the sound on TikTok where it's like, oh shit. Oh shit. TikTok never leaves the brain.
No.
I'm not going to look at the card. I'm going to do like a little tarot, like the spirit is going to tell me which card I should use against her. Dun, dun,
Pick a
dun.
card. Any card.
Card. Okay. So look, see, you can see that I haven't seen it,
Yeah.
right? All right, here we go. Pew. Move like a cow. If you've ever laughed so
It's divine timing. First of all, we laugh and then we. Okay, go ahead. No.
move like a cow. If you've ever laughed so hard, you spit out your drink. It didn't move.
Has not happened yet. No. I thought you were going to say pee because that has happened. I would have had to move, but.
Well, then that unfortunately, I'll find the card in here that says that.
All right. Let me read
How I'm
your
going to do
card.
it?
Yeah.
How I'm going to do it is I'm going to do this. If you can see
Okay.
it, right? and you tell me when to stop, and that's the card, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Yep. All right. So I'll start again. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Let's go. Stop.
Okay. Do you want to read it?
Yes, give me the honors. Drink or moo or make an animal sound if you've ever accidentally sent a quote unquote naughty text to a family member. Ooh.
Oh, my Nelly. You don't get no animal sounds from me. I'm so
Oh,
grateful I have not done that. So grateful. Oh, by the way, it says drink, people, but we don't have alcohol, so we're
yeah.
improvising.
I wanted to drink water, but I'm not going to drink it for this gig.
Just in case. Literally a
Yeah.
minute later, she's like, you know what? I got to release the bladder because I just have to keep drinking. So,
Oh.
all right. Did I put that card back in? Yes, I did. That's not good. All right, I'm not looking. See? I'm not looking. I'm not cheating. But I can't pull the cards out. There we go. Sound like a sloth if you've ever sent a risky DM and immediately regretted it.
I don't know what sloth sounds like, but that's what I would imagine.
Imagine.
What?
It sounded like an old man, like walking through the hallway of the house. Oh. I probably set her up with that one.
I can't remember what it was, but I do remember with risky. I don't mean anything sexual. It's more so probably like admitting a crush or something. And it was a text message, not a DM, because I was old and Instagram wasn't around at that time. Maybe it was a DM. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway.
She has to think about it. She'll let you know later. Which one was it? All right, you ready?
So, yeah.
They're stuck together.
Stop.
Okay.
Laugh like a hyena. If you've ever laughed until you cried at a completely inappropriate moment.
Oh, fuck. What does a hyena sound like?
It's very high pitched. Hopefully the mic will pick it up.
I hope it doesn't. Do well. I can't remember what a hyena sounds like again.
Okay, let me switch the animal. Laugh like a parakeet. Laugh like a parakeet.
Yeah, that's the worst. I have no fucking idea what they sound like. I'll do a hyena. I'll try. And I hope the mic picks up nothing. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'll just mute it as I do it. Why do I feel like I'm about to sound like a kookaburra or a bird?
It's not picking it up. That's the best part. Oh. Actually, hyenas sound like they're laughing all the time, and it's very high pitched and it's kind of creepy. It's not like a funny sound. It sounds like scary.
Why the mic didn't pick it up because it knew this is too scary for me to give to the audience.
Yeah.
Thank you. Respect.
Your spirit guides are watching out for you.
Oh, they were. They're right there saying, no, honey, they're not hearing that. They're not hearing a single bit of it. Thank you, my team. Okay. Not looking. Nearly just lost the cards. The tarot cards are coming out. They have something to tell Nina. And what are they telling Nina? Here we go. Oh, it's upside down. I don't like this one. I wish I chose a better one. Okay. I want you to do a full crying face if you've ever owned an unusual pet. Say, shit one. What unusual pet are you talking about? What's
I could
unusual?
have done it had I
Like a
had my
monkey?
way as a child, because I wanted a snake as a kid, but I never got one, obviously.
Is that unusual though? Because technically, like, pet snake feels really normal. You know?
No, it's more on the unusual side, yeah.
I live in Australia. It's normal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just accepted it.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Okay,
I wish I had a better one. Ready?
let's go. Let's shuffle these cards. I'm gonna let you shuffle. Stop.
This one?
Yeah,
Or the one I put down?
the one you put down. But it's okay if you don't remember which. Yeah. Meow like a cat. If you've ever accidentally said something inappropriate in a quiet room.
No.
Did everybody hear you? Oh man. Oh. I'm not going to ask you to repeat it, but I hope you tell me later.
No. It wasn't like a deliberate, like, mean thing. It's just one of those moments where your mouth goes too far than your brain, and then when your brain catches up, it's like, what the hell? What were you thinking? And the mouth's like, hey, I want my own shit.
I put ointment on my asshole today. And everything is quiet.
Was that? I said it at a funeral. Everyone went quiet, and then I was just showing them. I was even pointing to it and fully showing them which part that you put it on.
Oh,
Wasn't a funeral, by the way. No way. Oh God, no.
yeah.
Just to reiterate that for you. Humming to the ooh. You know what? No. We're not getting any ones that are not going to, I'm cheating. I don't care, I'll admit it.
It's okay. Pick something better.
We had that one. Ugh. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna look at them. Yep, and you can judge
How
me all
can
you
you
like.
do that? Then you don't know which one. That's cheating. Then you will know which one is yours. How dare you?
Just want like a decent one for both of us, but mostly you. Okay, all right. Here. I apologize. Not really. Here we go. Freaking card out. It's stuck. Okay. Okay. I would love you to sing like you're in the Renaissance times
Oh
if you've
gosh.
ever tried to get into the wrong car in a parking lot.
I don't cry for me, Argentina.
Argentina.
I don't know what like Roman and Greek time songs they used to play, but yeah.
Yeah, you still sung and it was beautiful. I literally
Thank
almost
you.
fell asleep. Oh,
Oh,
melody. Yeah. Let's try
do,
this way.
do we want to do a final round?
Yes, we can. Oh, wait, I'm looking
Okay.
at it. How about right? No, then you guys are seeing it. Just, you know, just
We need a third
like,
party ghost.
yes, can you pick, please? One of the spirit teams, Nina's, whoever.
I pick the one that's nearest your pointer finger. Um, the one that's facing so these cards are up and this one is like that. Yeah,
This
that
one.
one.
This
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's the one. That's the winner.
There's one that fell out too. That's a tarot
Ooh.
card. What do you say, honey?
Let me think. Howl like an elephant. Like make that elephant sound. I don't know what they do. If you've ever showed up to an event or job on the wrong date.
Oh,
Make like the trumpet sound or whatever that is.
howl like an elephant. Howl like an elephant. They don't.
I know they don't howl. I just don't know the word what they do.
So don't worry. But I was like, howl like a wolf, but an elephant version. Um.
Yeah, that's good. A little bit more horsey, but you
Did
know.
you?
Elephants are like,
Dude.
you know, like it's like really loud and like,
Oh, did you just rev an engine? Do you have a motorcycle?
yeah, actually, I'm sitting on a motorcycle right now. I had it
That's a
off.
boss move. That's a
Yeah,
boss move.
yeah.
Let's take a trip. It's a very quiet motorcycle, by the way. It's very
I have it
quiet.
off right now. I just revved it up. You know, I was like, "Roar, roar, 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 roar." And that's like a dog. I don't know.
Oh, it's funny because this is your last one. So
Oh,
I think this is great for you to actually bark like a dog since you said it.
okay.
So I think that's a great one. If you've ever worn a shirt or pants inside out in public, and maybe
Woof, woof,
someone
woof.
knew
Ow!
well as well. That's the whole outfit. It was the whole outfit that was the wrong way around.
Animals make weird noises, don't they? I guess we do too. Anyway,
I have also done that too. So here we are.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us in this game. Absolutely superb. I'll do a card for you guys, but you know, you're not.
Actually, let
Right.
me actually let me get something real quick because I do want to say this really fast before we go. I have this tarot card deck that I absolutely love. Is from Dreamy Moons. This is what it looks like. It like sparkles. It has like foiling and stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's from Australia, but they do have a place here in Europe where they ship from, if you're interested. But there's this card I pulled on my last reading. I don't do them often because I like to do them seasonally, I think, just to like work with my intuition more so and then lean into the cards when I feel called to do a spread. But this came up and I'm hoping it'll show. But it's the Three of Cups, and it's three women cheering towards the sun. I'm gonna go closer. I don't know if it pretty sure it'll show up. It's beautiful. There's like flowers underneath their feet. The sun is shining. There's like vines on the top coming down. It's gorgeous. And I pulled this with the reading was not nothing that I wasn't already used to. It keeps saying the same thing, but the keywords are celebration, friendship, teamwork. And the affirmation connected to it is I celebrate myself and those around me. This card radiates joy, friendship, and abundance. We see three women raising their cups up to the sun, with blooms beneath their feet and flower crowns adorning their heads. There is no leader in this divine sisterhood. They are equals, mutually supporting and celebrating one another. This is a sign of good news in all areas of your life, but especially career and finances. Gather with close friends and celebrate together. This card also calls you to creatively collaborate with like minded souls as you will inspire each other to reach new heights. And I love this card because when it initially popped up last month or whenever it was, I immediately thought of Ashley and I thought of our friend Jay, who's the editor, if we haven't already said that like a billion times now to this podcast. And I just thought it is amazing to have sisterhood, to know people, but especially other strong, beautiful women who support not just one another, but ourselves towards us reaching our goal, reaching towards what it is we desire. And I wanted to bring up this particular card today because I was reminded, as you said, tarot card, and I wanted to talk about it. And also, this is an environment where we share each other and we are talking about friendship and the circle of life. And I want to say thank you for the celebration that you held for me today. And I can't wait to celebrate with you more in the near future, in person, and bring it not only to the podcast, but to the world entirely. So just my little last bit of just saying thank you to anybody who's watching, listening, who's following, who's supporting, all of that. I want to say mostly thank you to my friends, to you, Ash, to you, Jay, to my other friends that may or may not be listening. But yeah, I'm grateful to be on this journey. I'm grateful to be doing this podcast. I'm just incredibly excited for all that is to come, no matter what it is. And come high waters or low tide. I don't know what that saying is. Whatever that metaphor is, we have each other. That's what matters.
We need to end that beautiful note with another dance party again. So I'm going to turn my light off. I'm going to grab my neons. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
So is finito. The party is donezo for now, but thank you for joining us on this miraculous celebration of our dear co-host Nina. We appreciate you all, and until next time, friends, please feel free to wish her a happy birthday on this glorious episode. Her actual birthday is on the 9th of July, but technically an entire month is a celebrational month, so feel free to start wishing her a happy birthday right now. That's absolutely fine. And until next time, friends, take it easy. See you then.
Deuces.
Deuces with my glow sticks.